Hello and warm welcome to all of you. Today I am here with the part 10 of history chapter number 3, Nationalism in India. Dear student, we are discussing non-cooperation movement. As we discuss in non-cooperation movement, different social group participated with different aim and meaning of Swaraj for each group was also different. We discuss non-cooperation movement begin in town with the participation of middle class people. Then we discuss two examples of non-cooperation movement in countryside. In the first example, it was our peasant movement. It was led by Baba Ramchandra. In the next example, we discussed that Goodame Hill rebellion. It was led by Alluri Sitaram Raju. Now today we are going to discuss further about one more social group participated in non-cooperation movement, and it was actually plantation worker participated in non-cooperation movement. So today our topic of discussion is Swaraj in plantation. Workers too had their own understanding of Mahatma Gandhi and the notion of Swaraj. For plantation worker in Assam, freedom meant right to move freely in and out of their confined space in which they were enclosed, and it meant retaining a link with the village from which they had come. Plantation worker of Assam, they also participated in non-cooperation movement, and they had their own understanding of idea of Mahatma Gandhi, even notion of Swaraj. The plantation worker of Assam, for them freedom meant to move in and out of their confined space. Dear student, in Assam, British government actually they were engaged in tea plantation. So they hired the labor for plantation work, but these plantation workers, they were not allowed to go out of their plantation area without the permission of British government. So when they heard about the non-cooperation movement for these plantation workers, freedom meant to move in and out of their confined area, means they had to live in their plantation farm. And for them, freedom meant they could establish their link with their villages from where they came. Mean retaining a link with the village from which they had come. Under the Inland Immigration Act of 1859, plantation workers were not permitted to leave the tea garden without permission, and in fact they were rarely given such permission. British government pass one act, Inland Immigration Act of 1859. Under this act, plantation workers were not allowed to leave tea garden without permission, and such a permission rarely given to them. When they asked for the permission to leave the tea garden, they rarely gave them such permission. So under Inland Immigration Act of 1859, plantation workers were not allowed to leave tea garden without permission. When they heard of the non-cooperation movement, thousands of workers defied the authorities, left the plantation and headed home. When these plantation workers they heard about the non-cooperation movement, thousands of workers they challenged the authority and they left the tea garden without permission and headed towards their home. Means they started to go back towards their home. They believed that Gandhi Raj was coming and everyone would be given land in their own villages. They, however, never reached their destination. They left the tea garden without permission, and they also believed that Gandhi Raj would be coming and everyone given a land by Mr. Gandhi in their own villages. But unfortunately, they all never reached to their destination. Means they were not able to success to reach their home, to get success to reach their home. Stranded on the way by railway and steamer strike, they were caught by the police and brutally beaten up. When they left the tea garden for their home, at the time there was a railway strike and there was a strike of steamer. In those days, land route was not much used. Railway facilities were there, steamer facilities were there, but the workers of these railways and steamer, they also went on strike. So because of it, they were not able to reach their home because of the strike of railway and steamer. In the middle of the way, they were caught by the police. Police means here Britisher. They were caught by the Britisher and they all were beaten brutally by the British police. The vision of this movement were not defined by the Congress program. They interpreted the term Swaraj in their own ways, imagining it to be a time when all suffering and all trouble would be over. The vision, the idea of this program was not supported by the Congress. But these plantation workers, actually they had their own meaning of the Swaraj. So for them Swaraj means freedom to go back to the home from plantation garden. So that's why they all were believing that when Swaraj will come, their suffering would be also end. Yet when the tribal chanted Gandhiji's name and raised slogan demanding Swatantra Bharat, they were also emotionally relating to all Indian agitation. When they acted in the name of Mahatma Gandhi or linked the movement to that of the Congress, they were identifying with the movement which went beyond the limit of their immediate locality. As we discussed that the idea of this movement of plantation worker of Assam, it was not supported by the Congress, but when they chanting the name of Gandhiji, even they raised the slogan Swatantra Bharat. So at the time we feel like that the movement of this plantation worker, it was also inseparable part of non-cooperation movement. So dear student, today we discuss about the last topic of the non-cooperation movement in the form of Swaraj in plantation. So with this, I would like to conclude my today's lecture. We will meet again very soon with the new topic of the chapter. Thank you very much for your cooperation.